What's going on, guys? We're in my brother's 2002 Toyota Tacoma TRD. This is a supercharged model. Let's see how many miles are on it. So he's got 206,000 miles on it. It's white with a cap. He just put the OEM wheels on it with, I think, Hankook Dynapro ATs. So today we are working on making this like the ultimate OEM plus pickup truck we can make. And right now we're just taking it for a test drive, getting some noise readings. So what we have scheduled today is we are going to put heated seats in the front, and that is just using a eBay kit that I've used previously on a 2018 Tacoma I had. I had it for over 2 years and the heated seat elements worked great. They were flawless the entire time. They got a very nice like OEM style switch. I actually forgot a couple things at my house just around the corner, so I'm gonna go pick those up, and while we do that, we're gonna test how noisy this vehicle is. So I have a decibel meter here that I purchased off of eBay as well. Pretty cheap, but I think I'm gonna set the cruise at like 45 once we get out to the main road here, and then really get some readings and see where this truck lies. Because after I do the heated seats in the front, I actually bought another kit. We're gonna do heated seats in the rear just because we can, because why not? We're gonna mount a custom switch on the back of the center console here. I'll include a link where I got the switch panel as well, which now that I'm thinking about it, I forgot that at my house too. But this vehicle is supercharged and he does want to keep it for a while, so we're trying to just make it as comfortable and as nice as possible. So we also have over 100 square feet of sound deadening, and with that we're going to do the door skins, the door frame, probably the door panels, the roof, the floor, the firewall, the back wall, just everything we can. Really try to make this as quiet as possible. So that's why we got 100 square feet, because that seems like overkill for such a small pickup truck, but we're gonna see what we can do. You can kind of hear the whine of the supercharger a little bit. I imagine that's gonna stay for the most part, but let me get this set at 45 and get a reading here. So it looks like we're in like the low 70s. I don't know if you can see that, but like 71, 72. And when I talk, it goes louder. If I had to guess, it's between 70 and 72. So that's going to be our baseline reading at 45 miles an hour. Personally, I don't think it's that loud, but it is 45. It's not, you know, 75 going down the thruway or the highway or anything like that. But yeah, we're gonna kind of get into it once I get my tools and see what we can do. First things first, let's get the seats out, and we're gonna get started on the heated seats. Seats are done. All the heating pads are installed. Everything's buttoned back up. All the creases look good. They came out really well. They were super easy to work on. Next thing we have to work on is getting the carpet out. So I'm gonna have to pop a bunch of panels, probably the whole center console, a little cup holder there. But yeah, let's get the carpet out and get it clean. Just got the carpet out, most of the plastic panels out too that I needed to. It's pretty dirty under here. There's a couple of things that are a little concerning, so gonna definitely need to give it a good vacuum. There is a lot of garbage, some bugs. The carpet over here was damp. If you see in this little drain hole, there's a little bit of standing water in there, so we may have to address where that water is coming from. And then on this side, we have quite a bit of rust, and the floor has a hole right there. And this stuff is just gone. It's just peeling up. There's nothing holding this down. But I think we should wire wheel this and treat everything before we continue, because this is an issue. But it's not my truck. I'll have to see what my brother wants to do, but none of this stuff is attached to anything. All right, it's day 2. Yesterday we did 2 layers on the roof, 2 layers on the back wall. Today we plan on starting the floor and addressing this rust hole. So we cleaned it as much as we could. Only this one hole, the rest of it feels pretty solid, but we got to do something about it so it doesn't keep rusting. And obviously there's been a leak. Hopefully that's been fixed, as this side wasn't wet, but the passenger side carpet was pretty wet, so we got to address the leak over there too. We dried it out really good after cleaning everything, so we shouldn't have to wipe anything down. It should be all ready to go. We're gonna try to cover as much surface area as possible. We did, like I said, 2 layers on the top and back. That took 1 box. So we have 2 more boxes. So that was 36 square feet alone of the 80 mil thick sound deadening. The floor alone is probably going to take a box. We're not going to double up everything, but in areas where there's bare metal, like a transmission tunnel, but where there's already Toyota's sound deadening, we're gonna Probably just do one layer on those, and then we have to start thinking about how we're going to wire up the heated rear seats and the heated front seats. But I think we're going to start with the rear, get it all wired neatly under the center console. Need to find an accessory 12-volt source, so when you turn on the key, we only want power going to the seats when the key is on and the ignition's on, not necessarily when the accessory is on, if that makes sense. But just can't have it running directly to the battery, or else we'll have a dead battery if somebody leaves the seats on. Yesterday we also mounted the switches for the rear seats here. So this is on the back of the center console. It's like a little storage. It's not a cup holder, but the switches fit in here. We got some holes in the back to run wires. The idea is we're gonna just keep that closed. And when you buy heated seats from China, you get the low-high, high-low. Very nice. No, I'm kidding. So that's obviously a misprint. I contacted the retailer and they are gonna send us 2 new switches, even though we only need 1. I've purchased 4 heated seat kits from the same retailer. They never had any issues. It's the first time I've had something wrong on it, and it's literally just the print was upside down. I'm sure the switch works fine, that this is high, this is low, but it's just the ink is on there backwards. This panel plate, I don't remember the retailer I got it, but it works for these buttons, this size at least. I did have to trim a little bit on the inside. We just took a grinder to it and a razor blade and was able to cut it out to make it fit, but they're in there nice and secure. We may have to do something about this though. I think it's just, there's a metal retainer in the back that kind of grabs the top back of this. We can bend it a little more so it doesn't have this play. Definitely trying to reduce rattles and stuff like that. We also, which is pretty common on first gens, these cup holder tabs. Replaced all these with like a thicker rubber. My brother bought a kit, whatever this brand is. I didn't order this, but we're just using the bag for bolts now. Yeah, so I think we're gonna just do the floors and get everything wired up hopefully today, and maybe take care of the sound deadening in the doors another day, but we'll see. Okay, I got the first layer down as much as I care to do. So I didn't go over the OEM sound deadening yet. I wanted to put down a first layer to kind of make it more flush when I do a full layer over everything. So I'm gonna get the second layer going. Really haven't used much in the second box. I mean, there was just a lot of like little stuff that I was filling in. I'm probably going to do up to this one seat rail where it mount the front of the seats mount to. I'm gonna just double layer everything back, and then my brother's gonna take care of that rust there. And that side is still, we haven't addressed the leak, so don't know if we should do over there just yet, but yeah, I'm gonna get to work just getting a double layer on everything back here. Got all the sound deadening in on the floor as much as I could do. Put some POR 15, which is like a rust treatment, over what we could see. So there's been a lot covered here, just waiting on it to dry. A couple spots there, and on the back wall here. So in the meantime, I am going to work on getting the OEM sound deadening, I guess that's what this is, put back up on the ceiling. So I'm gonna probably spray some adhesive on the good side here, which was the downside, but the side they had their adhesive on is kind of shredded a little bit. So I'm gonna use the smoother side, spray it probably in the driveway, then re-stick it up here in the spots I think they had it. Got a couple more up here, smaller pieces. Just seems like something I should put back up there, especially if we're trying to make it quiet. Feel like it can't hurt. And then once that's up there, gonna get the headliner put back in. Gonna be using some of this multi-purpose adhesive. Dries quickly, so hopefully I can just press it up there for a little bit and have it dry, and then I can let it go. So yeah, let's get on that. just wrapped it up. going to drop off my brother's minivan back at the car wash so he can start driving this daily. So far everything electrical seems okay. It's driving pretty normal. We got all the heated seats on. It's very warm. Yeah, they're all working. The switches came out great. I'll have to show you guys those close up. All the sound deadening's in. Had no issues with that either. We're gonna see if there was a difference in sound level as soon as we get out on the road that I tested it on last time. And I believe it was 45 miles an hour for the test. So we're gonna do that again. Right up ahead here. So we only did the floors, the back wall, and the roof. We did not do the doors yet. The doors gonna be another day, another project. We're just ready to be done with this one here. All right, so let me turn this on. Let's get up to 45. Supercharged. So I'm just holding it at 45 and see what we can get. That is an improvement. It was like 72, 71 beforehand. 68 now. That's pretty good overall. I think it came out great. Wasn't that bad. We lost like one clip on the seat pillar. Other than that, everything went back together pretty smoothly. Can't complain. Yeah, overall success. Here's our switch setup. The truck's currently off right now, but we had to modify those OEM switches there. And then here's the other ones. So yeah, overall, pretty sweet.
How's it sound?
It's quieter.
Oh, these are hot.
3 decibels quieter.
Wow.